Hey everybody, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. It's a little bit late, but I came on because I said I came on this late because I said, okay, I'm up. Why not? And number two, a thought came to me, and I shouldn't be eating this ice cream, but it's fine. A thought came to me, and I was like, I'm gonna start recording some business videos because there's so many people out there that, especially hairstylists right now, who all of a sudden you're having to resort to IOSO tea. You're having to resort to pyramid businesses. You're having to resort to um, Instacart, whatever, because I'm a hairstylist, right? I thank God for all his many blessings in my life, for my family, where I was able to, take a break from work and I'm not going to say not struggle because there's no such thing, but be able to take a break and not worry so much, but I still work very, very hard. Hold on, sorry. I still work very, very hard. Thank you, Alex. I'm reading your book and it's so phenomenal and honest and insightful. Thank you. So just a moment ago, I recorded a video basically giving you guys the 1099, the free 99, free.999 on how to start your own hair care line. Because I know I have a lot of hairstylists that are on my station or channel. I say station because I'm on the radio, y'all. That's on my channel. I have a lot of beauty students. I have so many entrepreneurs. I have so many aspiring entrepreneurs that subscribe to my channel. And I said, you know what? Yes, I use my channel for good in regards to hair care and teaching you guys how to better take care of your hair. But I can also use my channel for good on a business side and teaching us all how to be very wealthy African American entrepreneurs. Okay. So, with that being said, I recorded a video just a moment ago. I uploaded that video to my channel, basically giving you the deets on the beginners of how to start your own product line, products, where to get your packaging, where to get your labels. I gave you guys all the free 99 on that, and that really inspired me to say, at the end of the day, this is the time where a lot of us are sitting around. We don't have anything to do. We can't go anywhere. So why not breathe life to the ideas that you've been sitting on for quite some time? There's no reason why, or there's no excuse for you to say why you can't do something, especially if it's something that's going to better you. Okay. Especially if it's something that's going to better you. So, first things first, if you have an idea and this idea is sitting on your chest, you keep thinking about the idea, you haven't done anything towards the idea, get your ass up, get a piece of paper and a pen, and write that idea down and start tackling the first piece of that idea right now as we speak. If you're up at this time of night, it is 11:42 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're awake, you should be working. There's no excuse. Okay? There is no excuse. If I'm up, you're up. And I can go to bed. I can go to sleep. I can lay down. God is good. I have no actual uh, financial stress at this second, but I'm still up. So why aren't you? Even I look up to other brands, okay? People like Courtney Adeale or Adeale, I think I said her name wrong, which is like the main choice. Mael Organics, um, Eden, all these different lines. I look up to those lines and they're awake too. We're on Instagram together. What excuse again? Oh, I'm so sorry. School's closed. So you had to do what with little Johnny? Nothing. I hope this is a rude awakening for a lot of you. Okay? I have two little girls and a son. If they can breathe life to, oh, we want to start Sweet Tooth Sisters, You can't go and bake cookies and put them in a box and sell them because you're that good? Thank you. Mrs. R. Jackson, I'm recreating my body creams and massage oils. I'd love to design a hair care line. And what's stopping you, Mrs. Jackson? First of all, you're already ahead of the game because you know how to make massage oils and body cream. You already know chemistry. Hmm. Yep, you already know chemistry. My daughter created her brand and makes scrunchies, baby items, and blankets and headbands. Oh, well, you sound like you have two multimillionaires in life, you and your daughter, Mrs. R. Jackson. So, for those of you who are sitting around, y'all hear anything? Nope, because there's no one there but you. So, you're waiting on yourself. You're waiting on yourself. So, I'm going to give you guys the deets. Okay, I just had to give you a little motivational pep talk real quick, just real bring you on up. I'm going to give you the deets right now for you to be able to bring this idea to life. Okay? I'm going to give you the idea to bring this, or the deets of bringing this idea to life. Number one, if the idea is in your head, you need to write it down. If the idea is in your head, you need to write it down. What is written is real. What is written is real. I'm gonna do like Pastor at church, because you ever notice Pastor always says things 3 times, sometimes 4, because once you get to the 3rd time, technically as a human, you retain about 10% more of what they just said. Okay. So what is written is real. If that idea is in your head, you need to get a piece of paper. I don't care if it's a piece of gum wrapper, and you write it down on there. The moment you write that down, you have begun the manifestation of that idea. I'm one of those people where I'm a mental note taker and then I explode. So please don't do like I do and you mentally note take of the things that you know you're just not going to forget, and then you mentally explode because you need to dump. If you are one of those people, you need to do a brain dump and you need to write everything down and get it out of your mind so you can have a fresh outlook and not be all jittery, jumpy, and not knowing what's going on because you have too many things harbored up in that beautiful brain of yours. Drusilla said it right. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. Okay? Paula. Well, let me go back. V. Jackson. I cannot wait until my arms are fully healed so I can start doing hair again. I'm trying not to rush the healing because it would just set me back. Absolutely. Don't rush healing. That's a little bit different. Paula, I currently have a line with shampoo and conditioner. I used to make baby hats, but slowed down on that, looking to push my shampoo and conditioner line and God willingly expand. So, Paula, that means that if you have a shampoo and conditioner, that means that you should right now be marketing that product because guess what? If you have any internet based business right now, any retail based internet based business right now, is the time you make bank. People are bored as hell and they will spend any and everything at this moment. Not because I have a hair care company, you guys. I'm talking to y'all just like me because guess what I just did earlier today? Sitting in the parking lot at Whole Foods because I was going to buy something to eat. I own a company. I sell products. I am a retailer online, okay? I don't buy from myself because my products to myself are free. But guess what I did? Out of boredom, I bought stuff from another retailer. I am a customer too. So who's to say that doesn't apply to me? If you had a website and the website is still sitting there collecting dust and you're telling yourself that nobody's going to it, why no one's going to it? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Are you marketing it? Are you using your elevator pitch every time you see someone? That 30 seconds for them to know who you are. Oh my gosh, I really like that shirt. You know, I actually make shirts just like that. If you are ever in need of a shirt maker or a shirt designer, my name's Crystal. My door's right down the hall. Let me give you one of my cards. Here's my Instagram. I just gave you my 30 seconds. Don't even know you. And made you my service person, huh? Just made money. So what is to stop you guys now? Okay. All right. So we're going to go back to, like I said, if you have an idea already, please go write the idea down right now. If you are on this live, because there's 101 of you on here, if you are on this live and you just wrote down your idea, put a 1 in the chat. And I want you to be very honest. And if it's only one person, that's fine too. If you just wrote your idea down, put a 1 in the chat. Because a lot of you are laying in your bed right now and y'all ain't even know what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Let's see. Yes, Miss Jackson. Yes, Linda. Come through. All right. Yes, Drusilla. Thank you. Thank you. Mika, Paula, Mama Doulis, Gina. Yes. Come through with that. Trace. Thank you. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women that just commented, 9, including Tanae or Tina. I think that's Tina. 9 women. I'm going to say 10 because I know one more is to come behind. For all 10 of you, there go Miss Jackson. Okay. All 10 of you are ahead of the game already. All 10 of you have already began the process of manifestation. You didn't even try. All you did was write it down and it's already begun. Could you believe that goals that I wrote down? What are we? 2020? 4 years ago, I wrote down some stuff on a poster board and it slid behind my sofa in our home 4 years ago. Okay. It slid behind my sofa. And we went, it was moving day. And when I wrote everything down, you know, I didn't even remember the poster board. I just knew that I had wrote down everything that I wanted. And all of a sudden moving day comes and they move the sofa and the poster board falls over on the floor. Didn't even remember the poster board. Could you believe that everything that I wrote down on that poster board 2 years before I had already accomplished? Didn't even know that I had written it down. Didn't even remember that I had written it down. But I had accomplished everything that I had written, stuff that was actually surreal to me on the poster board. I had already accomplished, not knowing that it had started when I wrote it down 2 years before, not even remembering that I wrote it down. And I used to be I'm one of those, I'm not real optimistic. I'm learning to be optimistic, but I'm not very optimistic. I'm one of those people where I'm like the salary paycheck person. I need to know I know my paycheck. Okay, so I bring in 502.75 every week. No excuses. 502.75. Okay. That's me. When it came time for me to be actually a hairstylist in a booth, you know how complicated it was for me to transition to that because I was in the okay. Okay, well, let me continue to work and then I'm gonna just do part-time at the salon. That was me. Okay. But I'm here to tell you that mindset right there, that mindset that I had right there, it set me back so many years. I feel like if I was this Crystal back then, I would have already hit 8 figures by now, 7 figures by now. I would have already surpassed maybe 7 times, 8, 9, 10 times where I'm at right now. If my mindset then is where it is right now. If I had followed through then, I'd be in such a different space right now. But God, He has a plan for everyone. God's plan is different for every single person, and it's not the way we want the plan. So I can accept that. But what I don't accept is for someone to sit around, make excuses, and then wonder why things are not happening for you. You didn't even make the initiative. You didn't even take the initiative to try. There is absolutely no excuse. So everyone who was comfortable, and I want you guys to hear me clear. Everyone who had their comfortable salary job, maybe you worked at Universal. You worked at Universal as a operations manager. Okay, that's a comfortable job. Operations managers they make about six figures in a good week, in a good setting. Sorry, good place. Maybe you were store manager for Neiman Marcus. Thank you, Pilot Pete. I appreciate that. Thank you. Maybe you were store manager for Neiman Marcus, six-figure salary. Maybe you were head of security for Mall of America, six-figure salary. Maybe you were head flight attendant for JetBlue, the Orlando division. Maybe you were chief merchandiser for every Bloomingdale store in the New York or tri-state area. That was your job about 20 days ago. Did you know, or did you think, or did you ever believe that that comfortable job that you had 20 days ago could end in a furlough and you applying for unemployment today? Would you have ever dreamt of this ever happening? And no one can, because there are hairstylists right now that are filing for unemployment right now because none of us thought that that could happen. Baby, I work for myself. I don't have to file unemployment. Did you ever think that when you were complacent and comfortable in your job? Did you ever think that when someone else was in control of your finances and they could literally say today, hey, we're closing the store. Sorry, you're just going to be furloughed for the next week and a half. Man, we changed our mind. We're going to furlough you now for about 35 more days. You can clearly go and apply for unemployment. We're not really sure how long that's going to take. We're definitely going to apply and give it to you, and we'll pay your health insurance. Thanks so much. Did you think that in your comfortable job? I don't think so. And I'm not saying this to hurt anyone's feelings because I'm not immune to anything whatsoever. I am a hairstylist. I am a mother. I am speaking truth, okay? Take elite hair care out of the equation. But if I can use what I know now to help the next person become the next millionaire, even probably before me, you can become a millionaire before me for all I know. Opportunity knocks, you take it. But did you ever think that that comfortable position that you were in could ever, that safety blanket that was under your bottom could ever be swooped away from you that fast? And it was swooped away from you, not even because of another person, not even because of something you did. It was something that naturally happened. And now you're at home for 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, saying, well, God damn. You know, I was going to start that design business like 3 years ago and got real comfortable making this six figures to now be at home filing for unemployment, even though I still have a six-figure job, but I'm not bringing the six figures home. Oh, okay. So you're going to allow that to happen again? You're going to allow that time to come around again? Because if some of you have not learned from this situation right here, you have not learned yet. If you have not learned from this untimely, unexpected, unjustifiable, unreal, untrue, any damn thing situation, you have not learned yet. Kimberly, you are so right. Kimberly said, this teaches us never get comfortable. You never get comfortable on someone else's dime. You never become complacent on someone else's dime. I don't know if you guys remember this movie. Oh, what the hell I go on Pamadaka something? Hold on, y'all. Oh, okay. There was a movie with Jim Carrey. I think it was Jim Carrey, or was it? Yes, something Jane. Me and Jane, or if anyone remembers the name, something Jane, where he had, he was working so hard. He was giving them everything he had for this company. He was going. He was so excited. He was about to. I think it's me, myself, and Jane, or Jane and I, or something like that, right? He was going to get this job. He's about to become manager. He's this and this. They are so comfortable. Life is going great. Fun with Dick and Jane. There you go. Life is going great. Y'all remember Fun with Dick and Jane? Fun with Dick and Jane is what's happening right now, but it's just we're not basically on the realm of a scheme. That's exactly what we're going through right now. You got a Rolls Royce in your driveway, and you didn't know that your job was going to furlough you, and you thought that 875 on Florida unemployment is going to pay that and pay your $3,000 mortgage when you just built a multi-billion-dollar company for them, though. If you don't hear me, if you don't understand this message, go ahead and just cut yourself off this live. Hmm. Hmm. If you don't hear me, go ahead and cut yourself off. You can just hit end and slide on out of here. Some of you have sat around. You are a brilliant accountant. You are a brilliant administrator. You are a brilliant business manager. You are a brilliant banker. You are a brilliant daycare director. You are a brilliant sous chef. You are a brilliant head of janitorial service. You are just you're brilliant beyond brilliant. You built the business for the person to be nice and comfortable and sit there. And John, don't worry, we're going to pay your health insurance when you could have been just as brilliant and built your own. That same brilliance that you gave away for that paycheck, you now need to give away to yourself. And it's not called being selfish, it's called being self caring. I don't want to say selfish. That's not selfish. It's called caring for yourself. Self caring, if that's a word. I think it's a word. I think I just put it together. Tell it like it is. Thank you so much. Nope. Thank you. I'm here from Seattle, Washington. I really appreciate this and all the knowledge you have been sharing. No, I thank you guys for watching. We as Americans take a lot of things for granted because we're like the church of Laodicea. We are rich, we are in need of nothing, we're comfortable. I learned that God is in control. Business owners have passed as well from this virus. They have, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It's called being real. It is. A lot of y'all don't like to hear the truth. You want me to be politically correct. You don't listen. Politically correct is what got a lot of us in problems right now. I'm sorry. I know I'm stepping on a lot of corns. That's why it's this late and I'm up talking about it because I'm just so irked by it. I'm really irked by it because I can take heed from my own message. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of story time. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. When I was 18 years old, my first job was for a company that the chair takes you up the stairs. I'm not going to say the name of the company. To me, it was the best job ever. They were paying me $10 an hour. I'm a receptionist. I'm 18. I just got out of school. I got my own desk. Life was great. Life was amazing. I loved it. I was just so independent. I'm making all this money. And I worked there for a couple years. And I noticed that every time I was working very, very hard, you can make me train other people. You made me train managers coming in. I was always giving giving you my all. And every time I'd ask for, can I apply for the manager position? Can I apply to, move to this position? It was always a conversation of no, no, it's not the time yet. It's not the time yet. But yet you'd hire someone else to come on in and do the position that you wanted me to train them for. And I became comfortable with my job. I was comfortable. $10 an hour at 18 was a big thing. If you know what I mean. Back then, $10 an hour at 18 was like, what? Minimum wage was like $6.25. Okay. So one day I had another stylist was like, Crystal, why don't you just work part-time, in the salon? You can work in the salon on the weekends and build your clientele so that you can eventually become a hairstylist. I wasn't comfortable becoming a hairstylist because I couldn't count my money. I didn't know if I was going to make $525 that week. I didn't know if I was going to make any money. Right? So, I started working part-time in the salon, and I was also working my full-time job. Life is good. I'm burnt out because I'm trying to do both. But hey, I have this salary job right here, $10 an hour. Y'all are paying me to be the best me for you. They were raking in $1 million a week. And I kid you not, $1 million a week in sales on a product that only costs like $300-$400 to make per customer. And I was good with my $10 an hour. I was great at it. I knew one day they were going to bump me up to manager and I was just going to be it. And then 4 years rolls by. Here comes child number 1. 5th year comes. Here comes child number 2. Now that $10 an hour, which now was, I think, $12 an hour, 4 years later, 5 years later, I couldn't live off of it. So now I'm mommy of 2, full-time job, and doing hair on the weekends, just to make sure the ends could meet. I think one day I end up getting sick. No, I'm lying. I go into labor with my 2nd child. So I'm off of work for 4 months because I had a cesarean with her. And I go back to work. And you know what the conversation is, Crystal? We are so glad you are back. We are just so glad you were back. It just came right in time because our new manager that came over from such and such is here. And we wanted you to sit with them so you can teach them the such and such way. Oh, okay, no problem. Because I had been one of the longest standing employees at that branch. So I knew everything. Even being away for 4 months, I knew everything. Okay. After I taught that manager everything that they knew, they were so glad for me to come back from maternity leave because they knew that on FMLA, you can't fire me. Do you know they laid me off 2 weeks later? That same safety blanket that I was sitting there depending on. I would not build my salon business. I was telling people, I can't take you. I got to go to work. You know, they laid me off 2 weeks later and gave me a 2-week severance check. And hey, we ain't going to deny you unemployment. You're good. And from that moment, I vowed I would never set my hiney in anyone's workplace, at anyone's desk, after my dedication of 5+ years of waiting and waiting and waiting and being told, don't worry, we are making this position for you. We are just making sure that it is set. Now is not the time, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. Over here at Workforce, turning in my work employment paperwork every week so I can get that $275 like clockwork. Oh, okay. That was, my 2nd child is 11. She was like 2 the last time I had a full-time job. You hear me? So if this situation has every one of your eyes, to tell you that when you thought you couldn't do it, when you thought that you couldn't do without the blanket, when you thought that life was going to just always be perfect and so was that, now you're at home, start that damn business. Stop making these excuses. Stop being complacent. Stop feeling in your mind that this job right here is going to be here forever. Because a lot of people learned in the last 30 days that even close. Someone said, wow, so they used you to train someone else and then had the nerve to lay you off? Absolutely. You know why? Because I had already done what I needed to do for them. My value and my time was up. Everything ages and outdates itself. Do you use the same bar of soap forever? Or does it deteriorate and you move on to the next one? Can you continue sitting on the same chair for 20 years and that chair don't give out on you one day? A lot of people, a lot of people allow their paycheck. Their paycheck is what controls where they are. People don't know that a paycheck is what actually limits you from the best potential, the best you that you will ever have. A paycheck is what limits that. You know why? Because that paycheck is a comfortable level. It is a level of, I'm going to keep you right here. This is going to keep you happy. Every 2 months, every 3 months, I'm going to give you a good compliment. Every year, I'll give you a 1% raise. And then when I don't need you anymore, or you're outdated, or I'm tired of paying you that amount of money, let me fire you, let me lay you off, and let me bring someone else into your position. So before that happens to you, please, please, please take this time, build that business. If you don't know what kind of business to build, go off of your passion and make that into a business. It's a leash. It's a leash. I can call King out here right now. I walk my dog. My dog don't walk me. They tell you all that so you can continue to do what they ask you to do. That's called manipulation. And you fell for it. And then we're gone. Yep. This is the time, you guys. This is the time. Clearly what I'm saying is not resonating with a couple of you, because right now I'm at almost 200 people watching, but there's 74 thumbs up on here. So we got to get these thumbs up. We got to get the thumbs up going up. I'll wait. Gina Foray, you better start in the morning. That's why I left my job after 24 years, because I refused to work at a job I could not stand. You said a mouthful. Now, I'm a firm believer, don't quit a job until you have a job. Don't stop working until you make enough money where you even feel comfortable. And then even at that point, you're not comfortable yet. Everybody on here is amazed at that 275. In the state of Florida, the maximum unemployment benefit that you can get per week at that time, and I think till this moment, is $275 a week. Daycare for 3 of my children was $225 a week. So you do the math. Oh, everybody's asking what I'm eating. I learned how to make keto ice cream in a jar. So it's keto ice cream. That's what I'm eating. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Mm-hmm. You know what's so funny? Even now, I have what I deem as a successful hair care line. Even if I sold one product, my line is successful. You hear me? Okay. You feel me? All right. I still am trapped in the mentality that I have to still work with my two hands. I'm still trapped in the mentality that if I don't work with my two hands, I'm not working. Can you hear me? That's messed up. I almost said another word. I'm still in my mind telling myself, like, I need to get back to the salon. I need to get back to, I got to get back to work. And at the end of the day, I'm in a suite. So hold on, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys where the level of, I'm still at a level of uncontrollable. I don't own my salon and I don't own the building that I'm in. It is owned by someone else who can now tell me, hey, we got to close. So you got to close. So that tells you that my next step is I need to own my own damn building because I'm still not there yet. I need to be the closer, not you close me and let me close myself. Can y'all hear me? So even though you see flesh and bones in front of you, I'm just as human as you are. Oh, I've had my own salon. I've opened a salon. I've closed a salon. I had a 6-chair salon not even 3 years ago. Opened it and closed it because I knew at the end of the day that God was doing something different for me. And at the moment that I closed that salon, I brought life to Elite Hair Care USA hair care. And I knew why I had to close that salon because I needed time, I needed space, I needed money to finance my own dream and not everybody else's. So honestly, it's not to say that I need to go and open a salon. If I open a salon, I'm not going to work in it. I'm going to open a salon as an investment. See, that's where we get things messed up. I'm not opening the salon so I can go and work in there. I'm going to open the salon as an investment for other people to work in there. I'm not going to work in another salon. Once this closes, I'm opening one because I'm using that as my investment property. That's all. Nothing more. Maybe a space to do some filming of videos. See, that's how you have to think. That's how you have to program yourself. Oh, I'm not leaving my job to go do a hobby. I'm leaving my job for my job. I'm leaving my job for a job, my job, not your job. So I've been on live for about 40 minutes now. In 40 minutes, let's see who else has written down their vision. If you've written down your vision, put a 1 in the chat. All right. That's 11. That's 12. I'm at 12 right now. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. By the end of this live, this entire live chat is supposed to be a number 1. I didn't know to write mine down. So for those of you that are just joining on, the assignment at this very moment is to go and get a piece of paper, a pen. I don't care if it is a piece of tissue that you see on the counter there, a piece of sanitary wipe. You need to write down that business, that idea, that dream that you are going to manifest. Yes, Juanita. Thank you, Penelope. That's an awesome idea. You see all these ones? All these ones? Okay. Okay. I'm giving the vision out. What time is it? It is now 12:20 a.m. A lot can happen. Mm-hmm. So now that everyone has written that vision down, thank you, Bernice. Miss Renee, I'm glad you said that because that's the next point. Miss Renee said, I have several ideas in mind, which you need to take out of your mind and put it on a piece of paper. Then she said, need to see which one I can start immediately. So here's what we are all going to do. Okay. Here's what we are all going to do. After you've written down every idea that you have in your mind, so some of you have more than one, some of you have 70 ideas that you just need to write down. Once you've gone through those and written them down, the first thing you do is a process of what I can do right now, what I can do 3 months from now, what I can do a year from now. That's how it go. That's how you prioritize your ideas. Okay, what idea can I attack right now? You don't know if it's going to work. So stop betting on, oh, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Well, not even sure can last 30 years. Write it down now, prioritize them based on what you can do right now, possibly what you can do 3 months from now, and what you could work on a year from now. It's no different from goal setting. All right, Paula. Now that you've prioritized all of those ideas, tackle the first one you can tomorrow morning. Don't even think. Get up, find what you need, and tackle it. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Don't worry about it. Find what you need and attack the first idea tomorrow morning. Period. I am like a bobblehead. Do you hear me? Tomorrow. Okay. Some of you wrote an idea down, and I like to use this idea. The first idea, and this, I don't know who wrote this down. I'm not saying anybody wrote this down. I'm not a prophet. I'm not any of that. Okay. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm just, no, it just came in my head and I'm just saying what was in my head. Let's say you wrote down the idea that I'm going to open a cleaning business. The first thing you've done after you wrote down, I'm going to open a cleaning business is say, well, I'm not going to really have any customers because it's COVID-19 time and I can't really clean for anybody. Oh, yeah? Who lied to you? You know how many families are at home right now in dire need of someone to come and say, ma'am, I have on my biohazard suit. If you and your family want to leave for the next 3 hours, I can clean your entire home because I know little Tommy and little Jimmy's not used to being here and working. Okay. Okay, y'all. All right. But like I said, I'm going to turn the live off. Go tackle your ideas right now. Good night.